Hey Capricorn Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot, here to do a cusp reading for you. It's going to be for all areas of your life, and then a little bit of an expanded look on romance or relationship. So this is for the period of mid-April through mid-May. And again, this is for Capricorn Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for you. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying well and staying safe during this virus time that we're in. That is the area of your career. This is the area of your finances. This is the area of your well-being. And this is the area of your relationships. So we have three major arcanas here. So some big, heavy energies. Let's see. I turned them all over this time. I haven't done that with every reading. Okay. So in the area of your career, this is for many of you starting a new path, like taking a chance. You might be taking a chance on a new industry, a new career, a new role. You might have actually even left something. For some of you, this could be indicating that you actually left something behind that you were just done with. Like, I'm so done, I need a fresh start. I'm talking to a lot of people like that right now who their tolerance level has been low given a lot of stressors, and they just don't have time for the BS anymore in their work environments. And even as much as people need their work right now, believe it or not, I'm seeing certain people kind of being more thoughtful and being more intentional about starting new paths because they just can't take their old ways anymore or the old environments anymore. So that for some of you might resonate, but you're taking a chance in your career. You might be embarking for some of you on a new path, something totally new that you haven't tried before. Maybe that requires, new training or whatever. But the biggest emphasis here is taking a leap of faith, trusting yourself and not carrying too much of the past with you to the future. So to me, it's definitely about a new road, a new beginning, turning the page on a new aspect of your career. So I'd be curious how many of you that new, really new beginning and almost like risk-taking beginning resonates for. And interestingly, this time around, it's going to provide you a lot of good return for your investment. There's a just, fair, and righteous return to finances for you. So you want what's fair. Maybe you're looking to settle a lawsuit for some of you and you want what's fair payment. Maybe you're negotiating a salary on this new job and you're doing really well and it's really, high on your mind to get the proper pay and the proper salary for the new work and the new path that you're on. And it's just something that's really at the heart of everything you're working on right now is actually this kind of idea of fairness and justice. It could definitely mean that you're coming into some kind of receipt or windfall in the area of some kind of a contract that is going to pay out well for you. But you could be signing a contract in the area of finance. It could be a loan. It could be due to your work. It could be a new contract if you're a consultant or a worker and you've got, some good contracts ahead of you. But it's going to be important, the signing. I don't think I got to check on when we're in Mercury retrograde in terms of signing new agreements. I'm going to have to look that one up. I might post that in this particular reading. But, if it's during Mercury retrograde, you just always want to be a little bit cautious about signing on to brand new, totally new pieces of work. It's always better if it's a revisiting of something you've already started, versus brand new during a retrograde. I do think we have a retrograde coming later in May, mid to late May, but I'd have to check. Anyway, you're definitely going to be thinking about fairness, contracts, and getting your finances through new work, maybe a new gig that you're signing on. And it's going to be important for you to negotiate a fair price. Don't let anybody talk you down from what you're worth. And in same and similar, cutting out what doesn't work and really holding your ground. The Queen of Swords is telling me in your area of well-being, you might be cutting things that just don't work for you. So that could be anything, to do with people, places, things, pastimes, toxic energy, habits that you just want to change that are no longer working for you. Maybe you found yourself just in a negative energy or exercise or eating habit or drinking habit or something that you're just finally like, you know what, it's not working for me. So I need to cut that out. Or maybe you're actually allowing stuff right now because you need to be kind to yourself and not so rigid. Maybe what you're actually cutting out is your rigidity because you just realize you need to lighten up and, show yourself a little more compassion and leeway in how you go about your well-being. So, you need to kind of lighten up on all the shoulds right now while a lot of us are in isolation and everybody wants to tell you it's your time to have the best exercise habit ever. It's your time to organize all your closets. Literally, you have to do what works for you. I'm just a big, proponent and voice for that right now is like, you know what? Not every list that we're seeing online has to apply to you. Do what makes sense and disregard the rest. So I think that's what you're doing right now, Sagittarius, Capricorn. I'm sorry, Aquarius. Capricorn, Aquarius. And in the area of relationship, we have the Judgment card. So this is definitely the possibility for a reunion, some forgiveness and reunion around a relationship that maybe was on quiet silence or separation. So to me, it is the reunion card, but let's see, when it comes to relationships, it often is a reunion card or getting certain insight, making a decision, a judgment around a relationship. So let's see. That was a good reading. I mean, seriously, new starts, fairness and equity in finances. Let's see what's going on in this relationship. What's going on with the Judgment card for Capricorn, Aquarius in the area of relationship. Let's see what the person is thinking or feeling, how they are showing up, and then how they'll be moving forward during the tail end of this period, so mid to end of May when it comes to you. So how they're thinking and feeling. Now, they're definitely taking the control attitude. They want to be in control of what goes down here with the Emperor. They're definitely being in control. They're putting in proper boundaries around themselves. They're thinking they want to be the one to call the shots. But they have a decision they may need to make, but they're not making it. For many of you, this person may have a decision they need to make, or they're at the crossroads of something in their life, maybe to do or not to do with the relationship, but they're not quite making that decision. Yet they still want to be the one to call the shots when it comes to, this relationship, or maybe it's on their terms. If it's to reconnect, they want it to be on their terms. But they're not coming down hard and fast at this time in their mind that they need to make a decision. And yet, they do have an energy of wanting to put things out there. They're showing up like they know they have a decision to make. Where do they move from here? They have to kind of, assess that carefully. So I get the very strong vibe this person has a decision to make. This Judgment may be about a decision on both your parts, whether it's to reconcile or just in this relationship a decision. And as much as there's a decision, it's definitely a decision to make. But I think your person might be vacillating between should they or should they not make this decision right now. And if they do, they're going to take it very carefully. And where they're moving toward in the near term, again, a decision card. We have the Victory card and what they want to put their attention to, but it's the Two of Swords, which is definitely not forcing a decision right now. I think your person's holding their ground in not coming down hard off the fence, and they're also guarding their heart. You could be dealing with someone who's not being very emotive right now. They're not heavy in their emotions with the Emperor, being slow and scrutinizing. And then they want victory. They want to win. And I think they feel the path to winning is by guarding their heart. Because I think this person might be feeling very vulnerable and not want to reveal emotionally with you right now during this period. Of course, we're talking about the period between mid-April to mid-May. So it doesn't mean that this is forever, but during this period, they might be hunkered down and not showing their true selves emotionally to you, for those of you that this resonates with. So yeah, it's just during this time. I don't know. I mean, there could be a decision that needs to be made, but being kind of avoided here, or it could be that there's a reunion in the offing. But if that happens, don't be surprised if the person's just not as revealing, not as forthcoming, is trying to control themselves an awful lot. Okay, so let me know what you think. Drop a comment. Subscribe, please, if you aren't already. I'd love to hear what you think and love to have you as a more regular viewer. And stay safe and stay well, and we'll connect soon. Thanks.